Am I audible firstly? All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Speak Like a Champion event, orchestrated by Area 35. Before we start this event, I would like to place some ground rules. First of them being, please try to be muted at all times, unless you wish to speak. And if someone else is speaking, please try not to use the chat box in case the speaker doesn't get interrupted. Now, why are we here? Why are we here? That's the first question that is supposed to be on everyone's mind right now. Are we here to just talk, chat, act like university students, and act like we used to act back in our online classes? We are here to do something else, something that is required. Now, as we know, all of the majors we have in the university or in school, they have a specific set of skills attached to that very major. And that skill is only found in that place. But there are a few skills that are required by every single one of them. And that's one of the first things that the interviewer asks you when you go to find a job. And that skill may look as something unimportant, but in the end, it's one of the most important things you can ever know. And it is self-confidence. If you're not self-confident, there's no use of what you're doing, because you just be not ready for anything. And with self-confidence comes the power to speak. As my friend told me once, we all have a voice. You have a voice. I have a voice. We must use that voice. And what better way to use that voice than go out and speak? Go out and tell people what you think, what you feel, what you are doing. If you don't use that voice, you're not ready for anything. And that's what we do here in Toastmasters. We learn something called public speaking. Now, before I go ahead with the definition of public speaking, can I get some answers, some crowd engagements? Can we know what's the definition of public speaking? Or what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word public speaking? Can I have any answers and volunteers? Confidence by DTM Khalid. Anyone else?
Maybe speaking to a large number or a big crowd.
Yes. Speak in public by Toastmaster Tabassum Ali. DTM Khalid, my voice matters. Yes, it does. Anyone else? Speaking to a group of people by Haida. Lamis, do presentation. Let me tell you something. All your answers are correct. But let me place this definition as simple as I can. Public speaking is as simple as speaking in public. You have an audience in front of you and you speak your mind. You share your ideas. Thank you, Mariam. That's a really good point. You share your ideas. And that's what we will do here today. We will share our ideas. I am Toastmaster Ahmed Ansari, current member of Pakistan Community Toastmasters Club, currently serving as the Vice President of Membership in that very club. Today, I'll be your MC, and today, we, Toastmasters International Area 35, teach you how to be a champion in speaking. Let me say, we will teach you how to speak like a champion. First of all, before we start our workshop, I would like to invite on stage, a personality that is the driving force of this event. He currently serves as the Club Growth Director in District 20. He was the past Division B Director. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah.
Wow, thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Ahmed Ansari. I was really mesmerized by whatever you were saying. Fantastic. Let me recognize the presence of Area 35 Director, DTM Zahra Al-Makharrag, all of the mentors, Toastmasters, the champions, the leaders, our customer for today, the students. Good evening to all of you. I was so enthralled with whatever Toastmaster Ahmed was saying. Public speaking is really very, very important in our life. If we don't know how to speak, if we don't know how to express ourselves, no one would be able to communicate with us. So it's something that we have part of our own day-to-day life. It's a must. It's just like as if whatever we breathe as well, we need also to speak. So this is also very important. But at the same time, Toastmasters is not just about public speaking. When you join Toastmasters, you can also speak. And this is something that I quote always whenever I go, which is coming from past international president, DTM. Sorry, let me take off this because I'm having too many meetings at the same time. So why are we here? I'm just repeating the same question as what Toastmaster Ahmed just said. Why are we here? We are here as public speakers, but we are here as well as leaders. And what would a leader have during such times right now? You can distinguish a normal individual from a leader by one word, which is vision. And the vision sat for this initiative to have the first Toastmasters Club for university students across Bahrain, and we can even do it across Kuwait. Why not, since we are doing this virtually? Being a leader, walking the path and expecting others to join you, it's not easy. You would feel that at times that you are walking the path alone. And this is also features of leaders. I know during the group that we have, sometimes we exchange messages and we have fun, which is again something very important in any leadership path. We have fun and we say, well, now we are 10 paid members. And our aim is the same. Our aim is to have 20 members to be able to charter this club. A very unique opportunity that any of the members of this club would be remembered for years to come. But during that path that you pass through, we need leaders. We don't need 20 members. We need to have 20 leaders. And that's why out of the 10 that we have right now, and looking at our target, the vision to charter this club before the end of this month, today it's the 24th of March. Do we have in this room leaders who are walking the same path with us and the same vision? That's the question that I want to leave it for you, leaders of this house. We as leaders walking the path, and we will definitely make it in the coming 6 days. Can I see show of hands all around? Anything? Yes? No? Any leaders in the house? 1, 2, I have to go back. I have to pass left and right to see. Yes, I can see Haider saying, we do. I see Toastmaster Ahmed raising both of his thumbs up. That's the spirit. We can do it. We can make history in Bahrain yet again. And for those who doesn't know, the whole journey of Toastmasters in the Middle East started here in Bahrain. So we have something to live up for and we have the vision to guide us to charter this club. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Thank you so much for being the leaders you are. And let's enjoy it. Let's go that path where no one maybe ever tried it before. Thank you so much, and over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Khalid. That was a really inspiring message. And yes, we are not here to be members. We are here to be leaders. Leaders who are going to lead this club and many other clubs into a future full of achievements for this country we live in. Now, I would like to invite another personality. She is another driving force behind this event today. She is currently serving as the Area 35 Director and the Vice President of Public Relations of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. She says that she loves public speaking. And from my experience, working alongside her, I have seen that experience and that love for public speaking. She is a champion speaker winning championships on club, area, and division levels. Please welcome Area 35 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Zahra Al-Mfarrad.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmed. Fellow Toastmasters, friends, brothers, and sisters, good evening to you all. Years back, I joined Toastmasters just because my sister forced me to do it. And you get used to me, I do share with you personal stories because I feel the personal stories and the personal experiences that I gained from Toastmasters made me a better person. So, years back, I joined Toastmasters. I didn't know anything about public speaking or even leadership. In the first year, I participated in the club contest, which is a club competition where we all, as a Toastmaster, we deliver speeches. I won second place. But the area director, a great leader who I did not met her from before, she saw my performance on stage and she felt like, Zahra, you have to participate in the area as well. Although I was feeling really bad because I didn't win the first place. I went to the area level and I participated there, and again I won, but second place. But in Toastmasters, it's really a friendly environment, friendly educational environment, where you will get feedback, where you will get help from everyone. Ahmed, Tabassum, Khalid, Bijal, Dr. Khalid, Saira, they're not with me in the same club except Khalid. But I know them all, and all of them, they help me. So in Toastmasters, you will get the help, support, they will teach you, they will guide you, and you will be able to be a better communicator, speaker, and of course, as what DTM Khalid said, a better leader. Because the leader, he will use his communication skills to deliver his message clearly. Friends, brothers, and sisters, our lovely students, welcome to Toastmaster Journey. Back to you, Toastmaster Ahmed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zahra. She has been very helpful as of late, especially for this event. Now, before we move on, I want to ask you all a question. Something that just popped into my mind while I was sitting and hearing Toastmaster Zahra. It's something out of the topic, but let's roll with it for a while, shall we? This question raised: if we sweat in a sweater, I go again. If we sweat in a sweater, doesn't that make us the sweater? Okay, that's my strange academic sense of humor. All right, moving on. Now, I would like to call upon someone because of whom we decided to hold this event today. She is the founder of Create It. Create It is an unconventional training center based in Bahrain. She is someone who loves, just absolutely loves book clubs, which really tells us that she must be a really knowledgeable person. She used to be in Dubai, and then she brought her talents and skills here to Bahrain 2 years ago, and she will now share her talent and skills with all of us here today. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Saira Brunch.
Thank you, Ahmed, Toastmaster Ahmed. This evening, I got a message, a text message. Your Pfizer vaccination appointment is due tomorrow. And suddenly, as I read the text, I went back to decades and decades ago. Holding on to my dad's little finger, as a little girl, I remember crossing roads, walking into places, schools, hospitals, and new places. Hospitals have always been a little unsettling. Fresh faces, nooks and corners that you're not aware of, needles, pain. It gives you a sense of discomfort, at least to me it did. My hand wrapped around his little finger. I still remember, fleshy, not rough, not soft either, but strong and comforting. And as I walked with him, I felt safe and secure. As I grew much older, I remember when we used to walk together, his hand would just swing past and he'd actually put his hand out, showing me his finger as in if I would just latch onto him. But then I was a big girl then, and I did not have any intention of doing that. I'd look at him like, and he'd grin and stop. We'd not say anything, but it was understood. I was a big girl now. And so we'd walk past. Today, as I curl my fingers around to form a clasp, there's nothing but empty space. There's a hollowness inside my hand. And even though it's been 10 years, even within me, it's been 10 years since my dad is no more. And although the grief has dulled over time, it still is there. And tomorrow, I guess, I'll have to deal with that shot by myself as a full-grown adult. Ladies and gentlemen, I sit before you today and talk to you about this particular talk on public speaking. It's something very close to me, and it's a journey that I had shared with my father years ago. As a child, I had high anxiety. In today's world, it's very, very simple. You have labels for everything. You know what is panic attack, you know what is anxiety, you know when you have a nervous breakdown. But in the 90s, it was a different scene. Everybody just did these things and some of us couldn't cope. But there was no label. You just were different or weird. Everybody could recite a poem in front of the classroom. And even though I had learned it well, if I stood in front of the classroom after the first 4 lines, I'd forget. And that meant something was wrong, like I wasn't rehearsing properly. Actually, I was, but I had high anxiety. So, I came to know much later in life. So you guys, you university students are extremely lucky to be able to know these things today. One thing I want to tell you is, as an adult, I joined this fantastic organization called Toastmasters International and learned to conquer the fear. And hence, ever since, it's been actually 2 decades that I'm a member. And I never lose the passion for this because I believe it in it completely. It changes lives. So public speaking, why? Public speaking is required in any field of life, whether, yes, whether you are a student, whether you're a professional engineer, a doctor, an artist, it does not matter, even a social media person. Obviously, nowadays, everything is online. It's all about using your voice. So I would say public speaking as a skill needs to be learned by anyone and everyone because it empowers you. Now, how to do it? I have just 4 simple tips because it's a huge ocean and everybody in this room who's a Toastmaster already knows that it doesn't come by just reading a book. You have to practice it, you have to do it, and there are so many nuances to it. So my 4 tips are very, very simple. It's about, number 1, it's about storytelling. Today, when I started my talk, I talked to you about my dad. It is genuine content. It is things that is from my heart, authentic, and I bring it to you as a story, and you are able to connect with it. Because a little child within you somewhere is always able to understand that emotion. And every time we listen to a lecture in a meeting, 2 small parts of our brain are activated. We are in that area where information is processing, and you tend to, even though after every talk, 50% of it is forgotten, when you listen to a story, your entire brain lights up. Your senses are engaged, your emotions are there, and hence you pay attention. So storytelling is the number 1 thing. A speaker's content and delivery can be transformed from muddled to mesmerizing on the basis of your story. Also, it's very important to keep it authentic. You have to conceptualize it, you have to prepare it, and you have to pay attention to all aspects of the story so that you're able to give value to an audience. So I'd say, know your material well. Whether it's data, you have to connect the data to stories for people, for it to make sense to people, Second, if we have the material, that's one thing. That's a good part of us. However, how do you deliver it? It can be conversational style. It can be point by point. The way you lay it out is up to you and the way you prefer the style that you'd like to adapt. Practice, practice, practice. Who is a nervous speaker? An unprepared speaker is a nervous speaker. Simple as that. All of us in this room as Toastmasters, we know that you've got to know your material inside out. I'm not looking at the timer, just 1 second. You have to be able to know your material inside out. When we have thorough knowledge on the subject that we are talking about, we are able to once again give value to our audience, and you're able to win over the crowd. Why do we need to do public speaking? First, it builds a connect, it motivates people, and it informs people. On all these 3 things, we need to be able to connect with the general audience. When creating a speech, it is essential to keep to a certain style that is comfortable with you. How I miss the days of stage where we used to stand up and feel the nervousness in the pit of our stomach. Last 1.5 years has changed our entire worlds. We are in front of a screen, which is good. Thank God. If we didn't have this, I don't know what would have happened, but I'm so glad we do have it. However, the thing is, standing on top of a stage, what we learn through practice is the fact that we can make our butterflies flow in formation. There will always be that nervous energy, but storytelling and the fact that you can practice makes it so much better. Next, if you're going into a presentation or a speech, make sure that you are visualizing your entire speech. Feel the entire thing. Take your time out, whether it is through meditation, visualization a day before, 2-3 days before. You need to understand the area you're in, feel the entire place, visualize the place, be clear and confident, use your voice, and then on that day, you'll be able to deliver it the way it should be delivered. And finally, of course, it's all about relaxing. Relaxing sounds very, very easy, but it's not. You've got to understand one thing. The audience always has your best interests at heart. As a student, particularly, I think in your early 20s and younger, you're always in that space where you are in a nervous zone where you think that people are ready to laugh at you, people will not support you, and you just make one small mistake, and the perfectionist in you just climbs up and feels absolutely terrible. The fact is, we do not ever have to apologize or thank the audience, because the audience is listening to you and getting information, inspiration, motivation, and knowledge from you. So never apologize for what you have to say, what mistakes you made. It's only in your head. You know what's happening, and you've given the best that you can at that particular time. As long as you've done that, that's all that matters. So the audience should thank you instead of you thanking them. Remember that they have your best interests at heart and they want you to succeed. And hence, you need to pause, smile, take it easy, and then deliver your content. Transform your nervous energy into enthusiasm. It's as simple as that. I don't want to get it complicated. There are so many elements when it comes to public speaking. We know that, so in a short 20-minute speech, it is not possible to cover all the elements. However, when we join an organization such as this, you get to learn different aspects of it. So I'm perfectly open to getting any questions that you may have, and we can take it to the next level. Hand over back to Ahmed or the questions. Thank you.
I have a question, and I'm like, you have 2 decades of Toastmasters experience. So just if you can just slightly share your experience with Toastmaster, because now when I look back, I'm almost 5 years here and it just passed in a jiffy. So
Wow.
I'm sure even I'll be 2 decades old very soon. So please just, share some experience. Thank you.
Tabassum, I joined work very young. Okay, I was in my first year of, I had finished my first year of college, and that's when I was working as well. So between work and studies, life was just getting too hectic. There was no extracurricular activities, and I am a very creative individual, just like yourself. So I was working in the travel industry and I was studying commerce. So it's facts and knowledge and things like that. I wanted fun. I wanted energy. I needed a little bit of drama in my life, So I walked into a Toastmaster meeting once and I walked this gentleman called DTM Royston Fernandez in Dubai. He was on stage and he was doing this speech and he had all the elements that I was looking for. There was no drama center at the time. And I realized how powerfully he used his voice to get the story across to everybody. First meeting, I signed up. Okay. And there's never been a turn behind. And that's why it took me about 3 years to become completely proficient because I had so much of nervous energy. It took me 3 months to do my first speech. But after that, it's been, a good run.
Absolutely. Wow. I was really mesmerized by your speech. I've taken lots of notes.
Me too.
Yeah, because even I want to become a champion one day. So definitely. And this resonates with Ola's speech. Sorry, I'm intervening and I'm adding here. Is like, this year one of her speech is whereby she wanted to be an actor and she wanted to face the stage and become. But in life, you have to have a career and then you take a particular turn. And she's saying, when I came to Toastmaster, all those hobbies I had, I could unleash it. So I can just, immediately I thought of that speech.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can write the stories. I was always into writing. So now I could use my writing skills then learn them, then stand on stage and present it. So you're doing the acting bit, you're doing the writing bit. So there's so much of creativity. So I loved all of it. And I felt, very happy as a person, like I could contribute to the world in some way other than, work and studies and blah, blah, blah. Ola,
Yes,
I should
thank
listen to
you.
us.
Thank you so much, Saira. I was like engaged all the time, especially when you started with a personal story, as I do encourage all the members or my mentees, proteges, and even my students in the YLP program, you have to share stories. But because if you're sharing a story, as you said, it's genuine, it's your personal, you felt it, so you will share the same feeling even while you're delivering it. So it will add value and it will grab the attention of the audience. Thank you so much, Saira.
I just saw something in the chat. Would it sound genuine if we write it down by Haidar Bash? Yeah, absolutely. As long as it's like what I have written, I have spoken about my father, I have written it down. But the fact is that I remember all aspects of it and I've actually penned it down and then put it into, this talk. So absolutely, it comes alive. The words come alive. Thank you, Zara.
Thank you so much, Saira. I would like just to add one more thing that I learned it from Hamad Ali Shukri. He said that always imagine what happened and just close your eyes and deliver it in front of the audience. It might be something you might feel that it's very short story or it might not touch them, but the way how you feel, the way how you will deliver your feeling, it will add a lot and it will deliver the message in a very clear way and direct to their hearts. So,
Absolutely.
any questions, students? We do have a champion here with us. Then the stage is yours, Toastmaster Ahmed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zahra. And I don't know what to say about Toastmaster Sarah and her pep talk with us. This is something we really need to learn. Because what I see is, what I've seen as my experience as a student, that a lot of my colleagues suffer from something called anxiety. And sometimes it's not just anxiety, it's lack of confidence. They always have that thought in their mind that if I go on stage, someone is gonna laugh at me. If I mess up my lines, there's someone right there, right in that corner, just taking a picture of me while I'm speaking, just to share it and make fun of me. And that is something I personally went through for some time when I was in high school. And then Toastmaster happened, and I never thought about it again. So moving on, we have a really good workshop. Now we've learned what we needed to learn by words. But you can't always learn something in theory and not apply it. Applying is the thing that looks easy, but it's really, really challenging when you're doing it for the very first time. So to help us out with something called international speeches, we have someone who's gonna help us do that. She is a homeopathy doctor by qualification, a Toastmaster for the past 4 years, which may not sound like a lot, but 4 years. In those 4 years, she's become not just, let me elaborate it using a famous line. Hopefully everyone has watched Star Wars. When Darth Vader first saw Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Death Star, what did he say? When I saw you, I was but a what? Can anyone help me out? Okay, let me finish it. I was but a learner, but now I am the master. So please welcome a master of international speech, Toastmaster Bijal, to give us some tips about international speech. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmed Ansari. My speech title is What If, and I'm here to give a demo international speech. So I guess we don't have a timer, right?
I'm the timer. Please pen me.
Okay. What and if are two different words, but when put together, they possess the power to haunt you. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and dear students, good evening. When I was a small child, I was short compared to all my friends and classmates. Even my mom was a bit worried about my height, and she gave me a glass of Complan every day. But deep in my mind, there was a what if? What if I don't grow tall? Negative thoughts in my mind started growing, whereas I remained short for the rest of my life. In my school days, my friends mocked me, calling a Lilliput. When I reached my teens, I had a huge bucket list. I wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to travel to Europe, just like my childhood crush, Shah Rukh Khan. I wanted to drive a scooter to avoid all those crowded buses standing below the stinky armpits of tall people. My dream to become a doctor was shaping its reality when I approached my final year in medical college. A few days later, my dad applied for a Europe visa. But negative thoughts in my mind. What if the visa gets rejected? And it did get rejected. At the age of 21, I got my first scooter. Though my leg didn't reach the ground, negative thoughts again overpowered. What if I fall off? Friends, just 1 month before my exams, a car coming from no entry hit my scooter. Being airborne for few seconds, I landed 5 meters away from the place of impact. Lying on the floor, I could feel the heat of blood oozing down my ears. Being a medical student, I could understand the gravity of head injury despite wearing a helmet. While lying on the asphalt, I could hear the siren sound and being loaded in the ambulance with a green sheet and an oxygen mask on my face. My last thoughts reminded me of my bucket list, and in no time, I slipped into a state of unconsciousness. Beep, beep, beep. While I gained consciousness, all I could hear was that beep sound in the silent ICU. I started getting convulsions. I had constant vertigo. CT scan, MRI reports suggested of a minor head injury causing all those symptoms. Finally, after 15 days of treatment, I was discharged from the hospital. But as I still had persistent vertigo, the doctors advised me not to read at all. Several what ifs lingered in my mind. What if I fail? What if I lose my whole year? What if I don't achieve my dream to become a doctor? These negative thoughts, the what ifs, had haunted me all my life. Being shot, ending up in an accident while riding a scooter, rejection of my Europe visa, and now this what if. scared me to go and attempt for my exams. Seeing me shattered, my dad came to me. He held my hand and said, "It is not what if. You should think what next. Be positive and move forward. If you are ready to take up the challenge, your mind will think 1,000 ways to win." With positive determination, I clubbed my studies with my friend, where she read and I heard. I also took her recordings and tried to hear it for most of the times, which gave me the confidence to go and appear for my exams. That day, I went on my scooter for my exams. Needless to say, I attempted and also got first class. I was a proud doctor by then. And few days later, we also went on a trip to Europe. Friends, at times we constantly attempt to predict the worst consequences of our actions, even before attempting them. These what ifs are trapped into our minds in the times of future and does not allow us to live in the present. Don't ask what if. Attempt to achieve in the face of adversity. Attempt to achieve against all odds. Attempt to achieve no matter how high the personal inconvenience. And attempt to achieve even when it hurts. And that's when you can clear all the obstacles and lead your path towards victory. Let's not ask, what if I fail? Let's ask, what if I fly? All you need to do is just step up, attempt, and let the magic unfold. Back to you.
When I called Toastmaster Bridget on stage, okay, I think it works. Stage. When I first called Toastmaster Bridget on stage, I was expecting a motivated message, something that would motivate me, something that would drive me to step up. And now she has ended her speech, and now I'm motivated and I want to step up. There are a lot of things in life you have to step up for. And speaking of step up, there's always been something in Toastmasters meetings that look a lot of fun, but it really needs someone who has to step up. When I first entered my very first Toastmasters meeting, let me remember, it was 2010. I was just a little kid, 11 years old, trying to figure out what's going on around me. And then someone shouted table topics.
I think he's stuck.
Yeah. He's stuck in the
He
table topic.
He shouted.
Our table topics master is ready.
While we're waiting
Yeah.
for Ahmed, I just want to grab the opportunity because we do have a university professor, Dr. Khalid Amin, and also he's a champion in the international speech. Dr. Khalid Amin. Hi, Ahmed. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. I'm really sorry for that delay. I have a really bad internet connection. All right, moving on. So, topics placed on tables didn't get me. And then I saw a founding member of my club and one of my father figures in Toastmasters. You may have heard of him, DTM Shabir Butt. He explained in his stiff, strongman style what table topics is. And then he saw me sitting in the crowd, as little as I could be. He called me up He gave me a question and he asked me to speak. And it was a traumatic experience for me because I was only 11 years old. But when I came back to Toastmaster in 2019, everything had changed. I was a new person, a more confident person. And again, the first thing I did in that meeting was taking part in a table topic session. And today, I give, or let me say, we give an opportunity to everyone present in this room to share something with us. So let me call upon an elite member of 3 clubs, immediate past area director, a former teacher and former manager for Reliance companies, someone who has 3 degrees in commerce, law, and teaching. Please welcome our table topic master for the day and someone who's going to explain what table topics really is other than table topics, the obvious topics on the table thing. Please welcome Toastmaster Tabassum Ali. The stage
Thank
is
you
yours.
so much, Toastmaster Ahmed Ansari. And before I come back to you, I have a question to ask you. But first, I would like to invite our wonderful DTM Khalid Amin, who's a professor and a lecturer. So please, Dr. Khalid Amin, we would like to hear a few words from you. And our area director, Zahra, was also hinting at calling you. Where are you? We need to hear from you.
Hi,
Oh, that
Tabassum.
wonderful hat. Hi, we meet again. So nice to see you here.
Hi, Tabassum. Hi, Zahra. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Actually, I was out. I was driving when I connected. I just got home. But to be honest, this is kind of embarrassing. I have no idea what this event is about. So I don't know how I can contribute.
DTM
Don't worry,
Khalid.
you're in the right place. Yes, Zahra, please
DTM
go ahead.
Khalid, yes, there is an idea of establishing and chartering a new club, a Toastmaster club for university students. So as you can see, all of them, they're university students, and some of them, they're from UOB. So if you can just share a few words about your experience in Toastmaster and how can it help the students?
Well, I can take this from different angles, actually, because we started the Toastmasters Club at our UOB, University of Bahrain, several years ago. And it was registered, it was chartered and everything. And for some reason, it just stopped. I don't know what happened, but if you are a student here, I want to tell you something which I tell all my students. You have to go and fight for this idea of having a Toastmasters Club at the university, because you learn a lot of things at university, no doubt, but there are certain skills that you can only learn at Toastmasters, and these skills are actually more important than what you learn from your professors. I'm not putting professors down. I am saying this because I am a professor, but I happen to be a Toastmaster, so I have a little more things to give you. But there are lots of things that you need. When you finish university, you go into the life and real life. I don't know how many students we have here, but because I cannot see any, all the cameras are off, but Toastmasters, what I was going to tell you, one important thing. I went to school, to get a PhD, you know how many years you have to go to school? 12 years or 11 years of schooling, elementary, middle school, and then high school. And then you have to go for a bachelor's degree, minimum 4 years, master's degree, minimum 2, and your PhD, God knows how long it takes. But overall, it's 20 years of schooling and education. I tell my students that I learned in Toastmasters, everything I learned in 20 years, I learned in 5 years. And actually what I learned in Toastmasters have been much more useful to enriching my life and my professional life and personal life than what I learned at university. Again, I'm not putting university down. I cannot undermine the importance of education and university, but there are certain skills that you cannot learn from at university, you know, because at university also your professors have come from different backgrounds. You know, they are not going to give you all the skills that you need to succeed in life. They give you the skills just to pass the exam. And that is not what you need to succeed in life. What you need is life is to be able to talk to people, to be able to express yourself, and to market yourself. So I would just encourage all of you to go and fight for it. We want a Toastmasters club at our university. We want a Toastmasters club at our university, and I will be the first one to support you with this idea. Toastmasters Zahra, Toastmasters Tabassum, I want to thank you for the opportunity and thank you for leading the way, you know, into establishing such a club. It's already there. They probably have to reinvigorate the idea and also maybe reestablish the number. So all the best, and I will be your biggest supporter in your endeavor. Thank you very much again. Back to you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid Amin, and whatever you have shared is very, very inspiring. Like you're starting the movement. Yay, you got everyone charged in here. So great going. Now, come on, students, give some reaction over there for such a wonderful, dynamic, enthusiastic speech your professor has given you, Khalid Amin. And let me ask you, I mean, during my generation, we were so scared of a professor. If I see my professor, I will like, you know, immediately put my screen off. I will not even open my mouth. That was my generation. But today's students are much more bolder. So now students tell me, who are the actual students of Khalid Amin who are hiding behind the scene? Anybody who is direct student of Khalid Amin is the person present here?
Maybe
Give me thumbs up.
Haida? Maybe Haida.
Haida?
He wrote something in the chat, but I don't know.
Yeah, he was very vocal in the chat, but now seeing Dr. Khalid now, he's okay. He's not the direct student. So, do we have any direct student over here? No direct student.
I don't see it. I see only one person here with camera. The name is Saif.
Yeah, now
Saif Zaman.
for my
Are you
table topic segment.
Is he a student?
Khalid Amin before linear algebra, so I'm really grateful for him. Thank you.
Who's talking?
My name is Mohammed Wal.
Oh,
why don't you turn your camera on, Muhammad? Now I remember your name.
Yeah, of course you do. Because the same problem happened. My camera is damaged, you know, in test one, if you can remember.
No, he's scared. His camera's not damaged. He's getting scared. Okay, so we can catch us.
No, same problem happened for me in test one. Yeah, I did not open my camera and some issues happened, but no, I'm good.
Maybe he must be one of the naughty child, and the minute you see the face, you'll remember it. So he don't want to reveal. It happens with boys. You will not recognize by name, but a professor never forgets the face. Okay.
No, I want to tell you something, Tabassum. I want to tell you something.
Yes.
Whether you believe it or not, I love all my students, and I loved all of them whom I have taught. Whether they had a good grade or bad grade, that was immaterial. Can you believe it? That until today, students come to me and say, "Hi, Doc, how are you?" The first question I ask them is, "How was your experience for you and I being in the same class?" Some of them, you know, they say, "Yeah, we did well." Some of them, we say, "Well, I got an F, but I remember the experience was good." So
I'm sure with your positivity, you must be really engaging and entertaining the students. And professors need that. You know, you can't have that poker face or that kind of face, serious face.
Yes.
So you must be making an amazing professor.
because
for sure.
I treat them like my friends, you know, I don't treat them like
Yes,
professor and a student. The relation is like on level ground, you know, so that's the way we can communicate, you know, the best way, like Toastmasters, you know.
Right. So now
anyway,
you have to lead by an example. So the first question of my table topic is definitely going to come to you. Okay. And it's a very interesting question. Yeah, just custom made for you. I just thought about it. But for that, I would request all the students who are shying away, put your cameras on. Come on. Now my table topic is going to be where I need your cameras on. Okay,
I
guys,
think we
come
should
on.
train the students actually. So
Yeah, students, please put your cameras on, because for my table topic, I had a list of topics here ready with me, but today I attended one segment where the table topic master, the kind of topic they gave was very, very exciting, okay, interesting. And all the speech crafters, they loved it. So I'm going to try the same thing today itself once more. Okay, so let's see. But before that, I want to give a topic to Khalid Amin. But come on, Fatima, Zahra, Leems, Batul, Mariam, all of you, put your cameras on.
is this a
Put your camera-
speechcraft, by the way? Is this a speechcraft?
No, this is not. I'm coming from a speechcraft.
Oh,
I
see.
have the background. Yeah. Okay, I can
Okay.
see Mohammed Meher. Sarah, come on, showing daring. Yeah, Mohammed Meher. Yes.
Mahmoud, sorry. Hello. I will rename my name now.
You wrote your name only wrong. What is this?
Maybe my bro.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry. Khalid Amin is not noting down your wrong name or right name.
No,
Fatima,
right.
Mariam. While you, Mohammed, have to put his camera on. Let your professor see you.
No, I
Well,
go
Nazmeen?
out like this.
I have a
Okay,
suggestion, Tabassum. I have a suggestion. You
Yes,
know why?
Khalid. Yeah.
I don't think that will the effect will be something positive, because if you give a topic to a professor, then that's going to discourage them, you know. So
No.
even though
But I have to give you. No, it will not discourage him. I have to give you this topic. Okay. So
Okay.
timer, please note 1 to 2 minutes. And Khalid, I mean, really want to hear this topic for you. Okay.
who's the timer? Who's the timer?
Okay.
Where is the
I'm the
Zahra.
timer.
Zahra is the timer. And your topic
Z,
is here.
capital Z? Is that the timer? Z?
Zahra Al Mukharik. Yeah.
Oh, Zahra.
DTAC. Yeah.
So
She's got the
she
green
is.
screen on. Yeah.
Let me see here.
Okay.
Okay. I
Yes.
got it.
So here
it.
goes your topic. Here goes your topic. If you were invisible for one day, what would you do? If you were invisible for one day, what would you do? Over to you, Khalid Amin.
Okay, Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and students. I believe this is a theoretical question or imaginary, isn't it? If I were invisible. But you know, for me, that would be a very easy dream, by the way. Because if you look at me, I can be very invisible very easily. All I have to do is just not to eat just for 1 week, and then I will just disappear. I weigh, you know, people always ask about my weight. How much do you weigh? Can you guess how much I weigh? 40
kilos.
40 kilos. Oh, no. I'm a little healthier than that. 40 to 45. Good. Anyway, I have been ranging between 48 and 52 all my life, by the way. Now, I talked about my weight so much that I forgot the essence of the question. If I were invisible, what would I do? Is that the essence of the question? Well, I don't have to be invisible to do something, because I have all my life, I have been very honest. I have been very straightforward. If I want to do something, I just go to the source. I go to the person and I tell them, and I don't beat around the bush. People who like to be invisible is probably they go right and left. They take the winding street. No, I take the straight road to wherever it is. So being invisible has not been one of my dreams, because if you trust yourself, you trust your abilities, you can always do what you aim to achieve. And I think that applies to all of us. So if you want to achieve something, just put your head to it and see what is the best plan to achieve it, and you can do it. Whether you want to be a good speaker, you want to be successful in life, you want to be a doctor, whatever you want, you can do that. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful reply. And yes, because I guess your students are here, so you have given a very, very diplomatic reply. Had it only been Toastmasters, maybe the answer would have been something else. Anyone else would like to try this out? If you were invisible for a day, what would you do? The same question.
I think
Would
they should
anyone
try
like
this.
to?
They should
Who
try
wants to
this.
try? Who wants to try? Anyone wants to try it? Others, I'll change the question. I have another question.
Hello.
Haider,
Can you
Haider, you want
can
to
you guys
try?
hear me? Yeah, but this is my first time. Hello, guys. First of all, thank you for having me here as well.
Haider, then
But
you
how
wait.
does this
You
work?
wait. I have a question for you. I have another nice question for you because I see you're quite
Okay.
chirpy in the chat. So I have a nice question for you.
Okay,
So
no
you
problem.
just wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let me hear if anyone else has wants to answer this. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next question. Okay. Now I would like all of you, please, if you can put your cameras on. Come on, students. Yeah, I'm 50 years old and I'm sitting with my camera on, and you are young people and you don't put you're not hiding behind the camera. What is this? Come on, give me a break. Learn from us. Put your cameras on now. Let me see your wonderful, beautiful faces.
Yeah, okay.
Mariam, Fatima.
With my laptop so I can open my camera. Okay.
Your room is a mess. Trust me, even my room is a super mess. That's why I sit with all this visual backgrounds. So it's okay. It's okay. We are all at par. Don't worry about it. We are not ready. Oh, come on. It's okay. Come on. Just put some headgear or something and just come and sit down here. Okay. Because in my, so nice table topic, I thought, but I need to have the cameras on. Or it's so difficult for me to execute. Anyway, I'll be giving you the topics, but the ones whose cameras are on, I will give you this topic. Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds. Go and grab your favorite item and come. Saif and Mahmood. What is your favorite item? You have to speak on that. So what's the favorite in your house? Grab it in 30 seconds.
Food.
Yes, I can see Saif going. Mahmood.
Me
Yeah, what are
juice.
you sitting and thinking? Go
Drinking.
run.
Drinking juice.
So go and bring your juice packet. Come on. What are you sitting there? Go fast. So
I am
lazy.
fast.
Go.
I am fast. Now I maybe from 30 minutes I eat still.
Go and bring
Just
your juice
to bring
packet.
it, you will just talk about it.
Students
You
of
will
today
not.
are so
No,
lazy and not
I
moving.
don't. But no, I don't have only water. I have
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
here comes Saif. Okay, let's
only
start with Saif.
water.
Okay, Saif, 1 to 2 minutes is yours. I hope you got your favorite thing. You have to speak about your favorite thing in the house for the next 2 minutes. Let's hear from Saif. Over to you, Saif.
Yes, good evening. The favorite thing is it's my mother. I cannot show her the first thing. She's like since childhood she has been I think Qudwa they call it in Arabic, but I forgot the word in English.
Role model?
Yes, a role model. So the way she brought us up, she gave us the opportunities to go to the school, the university, and all the things. It's like for other people it's normal thing, but alhamdulillah, if we see everything we have earned it from the day one, it's a big thing for us. And I always tell people that respect your mother. That's the first thing. If she's saying something, don't like give her a back answer or something. Always respect her and respect all the mothers around. Even if she's a mother, she was my mother. She's a teacher. She's teaching us from day one, and she cooks for us the good food and nothing else. I have to say, I can say so many things like full day, but I think so. It's
So sweet. You got so emotional talking about your mother. Even like you made us also emotional. Great going, Saif. How sweet. You're a very sweet
Okay,
child.
Tabassum Zahra, sorry for interrupting, but I please you have to excuse me now.
I
may
guess you're
ask
going
so much.
invisible. You're going invisible from the meeting now.
Okay, yeah. So this is now you suggested it. I'm applying it. So thank you, Zahra.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much,
Thank you.
DTM Khaled.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you,
for
Maya. Thank you.
Coming
Bye-bye.
in, spreading your positive vibes. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Great. Saif, when you suddenly ran and you went, I'm like, what are you bringing? And then you come and you talk about your mother. So I'm like, what is Saif going to? So where you ran away then? You're talking about your mother. But great going, Saif. Yeah, Mahmood didn't even get up and go. Why the students of today are so lazy? Mahmood.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, what you're going to talk on? Your juice packet. Yeah, tell me.
Maybe I don't. I know I am don't. I am not thinking about anything.
Are boy, you don't have anything favorite in your life? Come on.
Your
Yeah.
favorite movie, your favorite fruit, your favorite
What is
subject.
favorite? You have
My
no. I can't
favorite doing,
imagine.
favorite, yes.
Are you? What is your favorite? Come on.
Favorite
Wait,
thing
wait,
I
wait,
do
don't
is
start the
making
timer.
juice, making juice. Yes.
How
That's
you
a
came
good
up?
favorite thing.
Darren,
Maybe
Darren,
I would
come on,
like.
make us laugh.
Yeah, Mahmoud, the
Darren,
question is how you came up with the idea. Share with us your experience. Why you opened your
No, no, no.
Instagram?
The-
What is the idea? So
The
he's an
first the first I make for the family, yeah. I like it because my mother work cooking food. Me making the drinks. That's why she make the food. We must drink with the food, yeah. Not be like this. Like this. It's not sweet. Something drink like water. But sometimes mother say for me make this. She tell me help me. That's why. Then she make orange, then banana, then me I for myself I make it, I do it. She don't help me. Me I do it. She don't put anything, not water, sugar. The fruit I put it always. Then I was be thinking because I don't work only in the university and studying this. Nothing more. I want to have some money because only my family give me. That's why I work, then study also. Working not all the day. Sometimes when people want juice, yeah. She call me. Hello, Mahmoud. How are you? Are you at home? Yes. Okay. I want some juice. Okay. I go make for them. That's why then I open. Also the first time I make for our family, grandma. I make for them. I say for them I have juices. Who want? I buy glasses. عود هذه شنو اسمها عود؟
glasses and straws.
Yes, this one. Okay, and I make for them. They say, "Oh, it's good. You are what? You are perfect. You make that." Yes. Then I say for myself, I'll make. I make for my family first. That's why. Pay for them. Then I open my Instagram, and for our friends, our people like that. That's why I love also making juice. Sometimes I don't take money from my best friends. I say our family. I say for them, no problem. For me, I like to make it. I make for me one and for him one free. Both like that.
You're so
Wow,
generous,
thanks,
Mahmoud.
Yeah, that's very nice. No wonder he couldn't get the juice because I thought juice means he'll go bring some packet Tetra Pak juice and all. But you're talking about the fresh fruit, going the healthy way that
Also,
you
I
make those
make
juices.
a pure, yeah.
Really tempting.
Sometimes not drink juice with sugar. I make a pure,
Yeah.
like carrot,
Okay.
orange.
Mahmoud, your time is up now. Now, don't tempt me more with so many juices. Yeah, even I will go and make some juice now.
Also,
Okay, great going, Mahmoud.
Thank you. Also, I want
share your Instagram link here. Let us go there and check on the juices that you've been posting on your Instagram. So it'll be great to see.
Inshallah.
Share the link here, okay, on the chat.
Inshallah.
That's great. Yeah. Now let's move on to Heather.
Sorry,
Bash. He's busy exercising his fingers on the chat and just waiting when his turn will come. So Heather, it's your first time here, and yes, let me give you a nice juicy topic. Okay. Now Mahmoud has got the juices in my head, so I'll give you a nice juicy topic, which is if you are granted 3 wishes like Aladdin from a genie, what will those wishes be? If you are given 3 wishes. Yeah, 3 wishes like Aladdin. What will those 3 wishes be? You have 1 to 2 minutes. Over to you, Heather. Put your camera on.
My room is so messy. I don't know how to fix the background. Next time, inshallah, I'll have the camera ready and everything.
Next time clean it and come. Even your mother will be very happy.
Yeah, I don't love my.
Joint Toastmaster house is getting cleaned.
Yeah, I don't love my family, so yeah.
Okay, Heather. Yeah, over to you.
So wait, how does this work? I have 2 minutes, and how to know how when a time is off?
You can see Zara Al-Mukharram.
Yeah,
on the screen.
I will change my
mobile. Yeah, come to the gallery view.
Okay, so when it's red, I'm off. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When
Okay.
green, you have green, which is at 1 minute. At 1.5 minutes, you have yellow. And at 2 minutes, you will be having red. So once you see the red, you have to start wrapping up in 15 to 30 seconds.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Come on.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry for my
Yeah,
time.
Mahmood.
I take a lot of time because I don't know for this red and yellow and green. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
This is now okay, but later on you'll get accustomed to it. So first time and all, it's okay.
Next
Don't
time,
worry.
sir. Secondly,
Yeah.
I have an appointment at 8:30. I must to go now. Sorry for that.
Sure,
Thank you
no
so
problem.
much,
No, I'll
Mahmoud.
go.
And
Sure, you can
see you
go.
again
Drive
for the
safe.
next meeting
See you.
as well.
Sorry,
And this
sorry.
time you bring,
Thanks for
bring
coming.
the
Thanks
juice.
for coming.
Next
It was a
time bring the
pleasure.
juice and show us. Okay, this will talk. Okay.
Inshallah. See you.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
great time.
Heather, over to you.
Okay, so I have to be fast. My first wish would definitely be, if like I'm a boxer, okay, so my wish would be if I could spar Muhammad Ali. Like may he rest in peace, he's long gone now, but I would love to spar him. Like spar means a training fight, so I would love to train with Muhammad Ali for sure. My second wish would be, this is hard because this is on the spot, and this is like very big for me to have, like, because these wishes are gonna happen, right? They're gonna be like, you're gonna make them for me, yeah. So I have to be. My second wish to be to have unlimited supply of juice from Mahmoud. That's for sure. I would love to have unlimited supply from Mahmoud. My third wish. My third wish would be to have more wishes, to have like three other more wishes. Yeah, I don't know. I have lots in my mind. I want lots of stuff. I would love to make my mom proud for sure. Like, she works as, like, the other Saif said, his mom. My mom as well. She's the hero of my life. She's the best person I know. So I would love to make her. She came from Iran 20 years ago, alone, no one here, no family, and raised me and my two siblings in a fantastic way. So, like, anything I have I owe to her. So that is another wish. Okay, there's more than 3 wishes, but I'm like going on and on because I have the timer. So in my academic life, my wish to be I would like to cheat. No, I cheat now, but I would like to teach. I would like to teach in a university, and that's to affect people. I like to talk, and I like to affect people. So yeah. Can I stop when it's yellow, or should I? Okay, it's red. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's red. Oh, that's great, Heather. I loved your speech. Is like you started with the 3 wish, and you gave a witty answer about the 3rd wish culminating into 3 more wishes, and then you went to a nice emotional dip. So that emotion always connects with the audience, where you spoke about your mother. So I think in that 2 minutes you got so many contents and facets. And when you said that you would like to teach, I heard cheat, and I'm like, wow, bold enough. He's saying, I already cheat, and I would like to cheat more. And then I realized that my listening skill is poor. He's actually talking about teach, that you like to teach. So well done. A round of applause for you. Great going, Heather. Heather, you have the potential, and yes, Toastmaster will really enhance your skills more. I don't know why you're crying over there. Okay, we didn't get so emotional that we are crying. I don't know why you are crying in the chat window. Okay, let's have next. We have Mariam, Nazmeen. Would you like to talk about your favorite thing? Okay, he's crying from laughing, Heather. Mariam, Nazmeen, you would like to, Batul, you would like to unmute yourself, Fatima, and talk about your favorite thing at home. Anyone? Come on. Mariam, Batul, Nazmeen, Fatima. Lames, I have a question for you. So I have not asked you, and Vail also. There's a question waiting for you. Now, all the guys have attempted. I want one of the few. Come on, ladies, what's wrong with you? Why you're stepping behind? No. I want one of the lady to answer. Lames is a woman. If you're not a woman, put your hand down. I'll ask you later.
Let me. She joined already.
Oh,
yeah.
She's a
I will
Toastmaster.
participate.
Yeah, I will ask you a question. I will ask you a question because I have some questions over here. But I'll take from Fatima, Mariam, Batul, Nazmeen to talk about their favorite thing in their house. Anyone would like to go for it?
So we can take Lamis while they're preparing themselves.
Okay, Lamis, I will take, Lamis, I will ask you a question because I would like to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you want an easy one, medium one, or a little slightly tricky one? What would you like to have?
Easy.
Take my advice. Take my advice. Take the tricky one. Tricky ones are the best ones to talk
Ahmed,
about.
please stop.
Actually, Lamis, I think you will be able to answer this one. Okay, if you don't, then I will
Okay.
change it. But it's
Okay.
a very nice one, you know. So I would really like to ask you. I'll give you two choices actually. One is what gives your life meaning. If you like to go with this one, others I'll give you another one. What gives your life meaning? You want to take this one?
Okay, but can you explain more what you mean from this
Okay.
question?
Or the second one I'll say, if your life was a book, which book would it be? If your life was a book, which book would it be?
You mean which kind of book it will be?
Your favorite book.
Oh my God.
Connects with you. Oh, okay. Then I'll make it something very easy for
Okay.
you.
No, I like it. I will go ahead. I think
Wow, round
it
of
will
applause.
be
That's the real spirit of
interested.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, my life has many like action in my life. For example, interested, sadness, happiness, many things. Any person in this life has many things, and not his life, all of it happiness or sadness. But in my life, there is many challenge that I go through it to achieve my goals or to start a new life. For example, when I was studying at university, there is many challenges from that doctors, from the material itself. It's hard to me to start my major, and my English was in as beginner and not excellent. So I was suffer too much to pass my courses, but finally, and alhamdulillah, I graduated. This is the first challenge. The second challenge, I'm a mother of my daughter, and I'm still young, and like make me more strong, more confident. I see myself from different sides. Like I feel and I can bear or I can face any problem in my life. What else? That's it, I think.
Wow, really sweet. A round of applause for you. And you actually summed it up. What adds your life meaning? You have spoken about so many facets of life, from your struggles, from your courage, from your sweet child that you have, your sweet daughter. So I think you actually summed up, you know, this is what life gives meaning with all its ups and downs. And even if you see a heartbeat is up and down, it's never a straight line. If it's a straight line, a person is dead.
And sometimes
so, very well.
It's hard to express about what you go through it. Even in something that make you like upset or feeling you couldn't, for example, complete. But at the end, you will realize God make these things to be strong, to give you more what you expected. Yeah,
absolutely. You cannot enjoy the sunshine if you don't have a little bit of darkness and clouds and rain.
Yeah,
So that's how life it is. For us to enjoy it, we have to go through that hardship and pain. Like my dance instructor, oh my God, he really tortures us so much. He makes us work out and then he tells us, love your pain, love your pain. And that's just become a ball cry. Yes, love your pain and then life will be meaningful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lameez.
You are welcome.
And anyone else would like to go? For Mohammed Vail, Fatima, Mariam, Batul. I can take one more. I can take one more. Nazmeen. I have nice topics lined up. A very easy one is there waiting for you. Actually, cameras are not on. Who?
Can an experienced person take it? A division champion in table topics? Or
You are
shall
a
I
division
wait?
champion. You are a division champion in table topics.
Yes. I know
Yeah,
it's
why
hard
you?
to believe, but
No, it's not hard to believe because I have heard so much from you from the starting of the meeting. I assume you're one of those champion material only. Ahmed, we can take it if let's see if
yes,
one of the
let's wait.
students would like to take. Yeah, I know you're itching and waiting with your camera on. But let's see, one of the students. Come on, students, easy topic.
Mariam, would you like to participate yourself?
Talk about your favorite thing in the house. Okay, the topic which I have in mind, I'll tell you. What was your favorite cartoon growing up? Why did you like it?
Very easy.
Anyone would take. Ahmed is, oh my God, why I didn't get this topic? Who wants to go? I just heard someone. Who wants to take this topic? Fatima, Mariam, Batul, Nazmeen, Mohammed Vail. He's with that like I hope you're not electrocuted, with all that electric wire you're sitting in the DP. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have a very bad sense of humor. I'm a humorous speaker. Okay. I think Ahmad, you only go for it. Okay. It is like it is dropped in your basket. I think
Right,
they
so-
all have pity on you that Ahmad wants to go. So let's not keep him out shut. Give Ahmad chance. Give Ahmad chance. Ahmad, here you go.
Before I start, I would like to thank everyone for taking pity on me because that's my favorite question. All right. I have a really bad sense of humor too, by the way. All right, let's see. Okay, we all start from somewhere. We all have that one desire while growing up. We are young and we see the world with our little eyes and our little minds. And we have this fascination with cartoon characters that you can relate to. And you want to grow up and be like that cartoon character. When I was growing up, there was a really good show going on. So sad it only aired for 4 years. The cartoon show was Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was about a small pink dog named Courage, and ironically, Courage was the most uncourageous dog I had ever seen in my life up to that point. He was scared of his own shadow. And to make it more relatable, why they like that character and that cartoon series, let me take out the obvious one because I am a big horror movie fan. So, and that cartoon series was kind of horror themed, kind of. Let me just put it aside. I used to be scared of my own shadow, and I'm not ashamed of sharing it. I wouldn't leave my house at night. I would literally tremble when I was asked to do something outside my house, up until I was like 9 years old. I wouldn't sleep in the dark. And if I saw my own shadow in the dark, that would be a short mini heart attack for me. And it was so relatable with that cartoon. But in the end, in every episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog, there used to be one thing that happened. And that was Courage overcoming his fear and fighting to save his honors. And I put that into test, and I managed to overcome my fear of the dark. And now, if my room ain't dark, I'm not gonna sleep. And I'm more comfortable talking in the dark than I'm comfortable talking in under a light that's blinding me right now. So that was my favorite cartoon growing up, and that was how I related to it. Back to Madam Table Topic Master.
Wow, that's nice. Great topic. Great going, Ahmad. Courage the Cowardly Dog. The minute you mentioned that, even I burst out laughing. What I liked about that Courage the Cowardly Dog was they used to stay in the middle of nowhere. And I have overused that term, oh my God, what are you doing in the middle of nowhere, So I don't know how many of you have seen. It's a wonderful series. And I can see the chat filling up with Pippi Longstocking, Masha and the Bear, Cinderella, Sally, Tom and Jerry, Snipper, yes. My favorite, I think, is Kung Fu Panda. I somehow expected Ahmed to say that. But Ahmed, one question for you is, before I sign off, is you said in 2010 you were 11 years old, and I started calculating your age. You are 21 years old.
About
Tell
to
me
be
the truth.
22, yes.
You're lying. Okay, you are. I thought, is he lying? He's about his age. You're 21, 22.
Yes.
Great going. And
I'm 21
yes,
years old and about to be 22.
oh, that's great. So,
No,
as a woman, the first
I
thing
don't
that
need to
struck
lie
my
about
mind
my
is
age.
calculating. No, don't worry. Even I don't lie about my age. Okay. So at any age, but yeah, nowadays
Don't
women.
worry.
What?
Don't worry. There was someone who thought I was 30 years old. So yes, I can pass it.
Okay, just kidding, because I can see you have a great sense of humor. And thank you so much. I think I had a great time. I don't know about you, but I was laughing. I enjoyed my own session. So thank you so much for being such a sport. And next time, Heather, clean up your house and come, because I had such a nice thing planned up, but your videos are off. I couldn't execute it. And Fatima, Mariam, Nazmeen, please be ready that you can open the camera and you can enjoy more, if we are more interactive. So thank you so much, and handing it back to our wonderful. Oh, Mariam has come with her camera on. Hi, nice to see you. But I've run over time, so I cannot.
We can
take
give her
your,
one topic. We can.
Mariam, would you like to go for it? Would you like to speak about your favorite thing in the house, object or anything? Would you like to go ahead, Mariam?
I would like to, but I'm a bit shy actually. So maybe the next time.
Sure. Next time you can take over and attempt a table topic. It's fun, and that's how you break the ice. So thank you so much. And thank you, Mariam, for opening the camera. Nice to see you. And back to you, Zahra.
Thank you so much, Tabassum. And I think we should go back to the Toastmaster of the day, who's Ahmed. Thank you so much. Such a wonderful session, Toastmaster Tabassum, as usual.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tabassum.
Back to you, Ahmed Ansari.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tabassum, for that exciting table topic session. As I said, table topics looks a bit odd when you first hear the word table topics, but as you students, well, I'm a student, I shouldn't call you students, my colleagues. So as you saw, my colleagues, this session is more exciting than you can even imagine. We're doing it in a short space. We're doing it in an event. But if you come to the meetings, if you attend meetings, if you go to contests, you will really know the taste of table topics. Because I think Toastmaster Tabassum really took it easy upon you. She was really easy, because sometimes you have the topics, you can just go on and keep talking about them for hours and hours and hours, but you have to wrap it up in 2 minutes. And that's where the fun begins. But every fun has to be done using a certain criteria. And in Toastmasters, we have a criteria to follow. Every speech you do needs to have someone just noting down your strong points, your recommended points. As you do an exam, you have a teacher correcting your grades, and they're giving you the correct answers and how you can reach that correct answer. So our teacher for the day, or let me say in Toastmaster language, our evaluator for the day, please welcome again on stage, distinguished Toastmaster Zahra Al-Mukharrar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmed Ansari. Fellow Toastmasters, before I start, I would like just to inform you, as what Ahmed said, I'll just make it more in details. In every Toastmaster club, we do have speeches delivered. And those speeches, we have to have evaluators who will share with the audience and, of course, specifically the speaker, the good points from my point of view and the points that I feel the speaker should improve so she will deliver a better speech. And mainly, if you are participating in contest as what Toastmaster Bijal did, she's an international speech contestant. So she participated with this speech in the international speech contest this year. So now I will start with the evaluation. Attempt to achieve even when it hurts. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, our lovely Toastmaster Bijal. Good evening to you all. My target speaker today, Toastmaster Bijal, delivered a speech talking about her personal story entitled, What If? I will evaluate the speech from my humble opinion, and I will divide the stage into two parts, the positive points and the points from my point of view she needs to improve. Today, we listened to your speech, Toastmaster Bijal. A wonderful speech with hand gestures when she said, put it together. Or standing in bus, she was acting to deliver the message in more clear way. The second point, what if? She used this word more than 8 times, means that she wants us to think, what if? The third positive point in her speech, although there were a lot of positive points, but let me mention the third positive point. Her voice, the vocal variety, when she was bleeding, when she was in the hospital, she lowered her voice. She started talking to us and acting the way how really she felt when she fell down. So we felt it. I personally felt it that yes, she's bleeding and she's wearing her helmet. So I was with you imagining what happened to you. Toastmaster Bijal, there are always points to be improved. There are always points from my humble opinion. I would like to share it with you. Number one, yes, when I said that you're using the vocal variety in a very nice way, what we can improve it here, when the car hit your scooter, you might say it in a different way. And the car was speeding, hit my scooter. So we will feel how strong the hit was. Number two, yes, you were using the entire stage. You were moving from one place to another. I feel it would be better to divide it purposefully. For example, here where you were in the hospital, here where you used the scooter, or here when you traveled to Europe. And I was a timer, and you took 7 minutes. Here in Toastmasters, we are so eager to learn a lot from the speaker. So even the 30 seconds would matter. But you delivered a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Bijal. In future, if you will use your vocal variety, if you will divide the stage in a purposeful way, and if you will use even the 30-second more, plus your hand gestures, the way how you used it was amazing, using the repetitive word, what if, and also bringing your emotions to the speech will make you deliver a wonderful speech in future. That's all, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ahmed.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Zahra. This is an evaluation which shouldn't only be for Toastmaster Bijal. Well, I never kinda did well. I never actually do well in international speeches because since we came into COVID territory, I couldn't, manage my stage. As you can see, it's just a purple curtain behind me. And you can see some stuff on my table and it's all so visible, I can't actually use the stage that much. And this evaluation is something I can really rely upon when I want to design my next speech. I use the word design because your speech shouldn't just be a speech. What we think here is the speech is a piece of art. You make it, you create it, you add your love, you add your hatred, you add your fear, you add your bravery, and most importantly, you add your talent. And when you use that talent and you're showing it, what's the first thing you do when you show an art piece you created? Can anyone help me out? What's the first thing you do when you have an art piece ready and want to show it to the world? Any volunteers? Anyone in the chat box? Anyone?
Put it somewhere visible.
Yes. You have to put it somewhere visible. Take a photo of it. Anyone else? All right. As DTM Zahra said, you put it in a clear place. Find a platform for it. Thank you, Batul. Show it to people. Yes, we are gonna show it to people. And we need a platform for it. You create a speech with so much love. And you have to have your speech love you back. And for that to happen, you need to love your speech first. So don't just do your speeches for the sake of doing a speech. Do it because you want to show everyone else what you are capable of. And that's what we are gonna do in Toastmasters. And with that short talk, it's time for me to sign off. My duty time is over. And I want to just say this. نفس ما يقولون الناس وقت الإجازة انتهى الدوام رجعنا البيت. It's time for me to sign off. Thank you everyone for hearing my really humorous joke in the beginning and my short talks. I learned all of what I was doing. I learned all of it from our senior members in this meeting and outside in real life in Toastmasters. And I would like all of you students who are new to this platform, please try to learn as much as you can. Let me share something before I leave. We have DTM Ahmed Asif. DTM Ahmed Asif is the current Division B director. He once told me last year, what are you doing with your talent? What are you doing with your talent, he told me. Why are you constantly doing your speech in one club? Why aren't you just going out there, show your face to everyone, go out there, let people, not only in Toastmasters, but outside Toastmasters, let these people know you and know what you're capable of, because you won't be successful if you're just sitting in a room. One day has to come, the egg has to hatch, you have to leave your comfort zone. And when you leave your comfort zone, then success would just follow you. And with that, I would ask everyone to consider what I just said and think about it. And please use your voice. As I said in the beginning, you have a voice. Use it to the best of your ability. Thank you, everyone. And I would now like to hand control to DTM Zahra Al-Mukharrak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmed. I can see how the Toastmaster sharpened your skills, or maybe developed the skills that you already have, or maybe you didn't have, but you learned a lot from Toastmaster. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Ahmed. I approached him this week and I told him, Ahmed, do you want to take Toastmaster? Do you want to be the Toastmaster of the day for the special event? Because I feel a student talking to student, this will make it more special. So the answer was, sure, I will, without any hesitation. So this is what the Toastmaster taught him and taught us. Now I'd like just to welcome DTM Khalid Abdullah again to share with you the final message. DTM Khalid Abdullah, the Club Growth Director, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, DTM Zahra. And thank you so much for all of the Toastmasters and our customers, the students, for staying until now. It's almost 8:45 and I can see the interest from the audience, whoever stayed until now. The question now, I can see as well newcomers. So my question to you now, what's next? You heard all of what you heard, and you came here today to witness this transformation. You just did one step which you would never regret in your life. You need to take the second step, which is going into the world of self-discovery, finding your voice within, finding the potential leader that is hidden within. So if I can ask now the audience, and if you can use the chat box, would you be joining us as the founding member of this great, first of its kind, Toastmasters Club in Bahrain and in District 20, let's say Bahrain or Kuwait? Can I see someone saying yes? Okay, done deal. Safe. Mariam, yes. Thank you so much, Mariam. Who else? Who else? Yes, Batul, yes. Haider, yes. Any more yeses? I think I can see as well. Let me just try to pronounce your name correctly. I can see one more guest that we have. Wadia, is it Wadia? Am I saying your name correctly? I apologize if I mispronounced it. Okay, maybe you're still thinking, which is fine, Time is what we are looking for right now. And we have only 6 days before the end of this month. If we manage to do it within this month, it would just be 20 BD. Great. Thank you so much, Wadia. So now we have many yeses, and we are very, very close to our target. If we do it this year, this week, we would be able to get it for just 20 BD, 7 months membership, including this month. If we do it in April, then it would be for the same value, it would be 40 BD, but it would be for 1 whole year. Our preference is, of course, to start now and expand later on with more members. I know that potential within this club is very huge. We have too many universities and too many university students around the Bahrain or around even the globe, since we are now virtual. So I'm sure we'll be able to go beyond 20. The decision is yours. And thank you so much for choosing to say yes, because this is the start of a great journey. And our pride as well of our own country comes into place. And you being the founders of the first university students Toastmasters Club means a lot to you, and your name would be remembered for many years to come. Thank you so much for being you. Thank you so much for believing in us. Thank you so much for believing in yourself. And thank you for joining us in the first attempt in the unique Toastmasters Club in Bahrain. Thank you so much, and over to you, DTM Zahra.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid, for making it more clear for the students and, of course, for all of us even. Now, before we adjourn this meeting, I would like just to hear from our special guests. If you have any question, even if you can write it in the chat box, we are available here to answer it. As what DTM Khalid said, that we will start chartering this club, inshallah, hopefully this month, and the fees will be only 20 BD for 7 months. And yes, the Toastmaster organization is a well-known organization all around the world. Now, I already wrote my contact details in the chat box, so feel free to contact me whenever you want, and I will share with you more details. So if no more questions, If you can open your screen so we can take a group photo. If you are ready, please switch on your camera. We would love to see your beautiful faces.
We are born
Bijan,
ready.
So, Maryam, Mohammed, Yusuf, ladies, if you want, I will count to 3. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you, Maryam. Oh, say cheese. Say cheese. Perfect. All right, so the meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. And if you have any question, please contact me personally.
If there is any feedback as well, we can take it on spot.
Yes, please. If you can, if you would love, I'll just stop